So let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Eric Rhymes. I'm the host of this show. What we do on this show is, if you heard the title, it's Pattern Disruption Podcast. Moving into 2026, I'm going to be expanding into not only talking about business and stuff like that. I'm going to be talking a little bit about pop culture. But in this segment, it's not so much pop culture, but it's just real life things that's going on. And I want to talk a little bit about this domestic violence thing. We got a lot of domestic violence going on. Actually, I just lost one of my good friends to a situation with domestic violence. He was kind of avenging somebody and he ended up dying in the process. So RIP to Luzelle Etheridge. I thought about his case, and then I thought about some cases back in the past where even some people I know were actually the ones who were the perpetrators. A couple of them still in prison. So my point in saying that is this thing is touching everybody. You know, I've been in situations where a friend of mine, Dave King, went over a female's house, and I apologize if I don't get all this stuff correct, but the premise is went over a female's house some years ago, and the girl thought she wasn't in a relationship no more, but her ex thought she was still in one. So when he got there and found out that it was another guy there, he wanted to kick in the door and beat up the new guy. Well, I'm going to get this started off because this is something that's been on my heart. I've never been in a major domestic situation. I've called the police on a couple of females, but I've never had the police called on me, never been in jail. Have I thought about being physically abusive? I'd be a lie if I said I never thought about it. And it wasn't because I woke up one day and I wanted to. It was because of the circumstances and the aggression. But needless to say, I didn't do it. And it wasn't because I was of jealousy, more so it was the rage getting so far until you want to quiet down your aggressor. So you want to, whether you grab and shake or you push or you walk past real fast, we don't want to get into none of that, right? That's what we're moving in 2026. We getting out of all of the domestic violence, all the anger. One of the things is I blame it on social media. I also blame it on us we don't get a lot of interaction with people. So any major disagreement can get out of hand. And then you put alcohol with that. So to anybody out there that's suffered domestic violence, anybody out there that has inflicted domestic violence on somebody and had to go take classes, God forbid anybody that hurt anybody that got paid their price to humanity, went to prison, whatever they had to do. Shame on you. But I hope that you learned something from that, and I hope the person didn't die, because you can't fix that. But I'm gonna get into this show, man. Welcome to the show. Like I say, if you're new, that's good. That means that you are a new watcher, and that's what I'm moving into 2026. That's what I'm gonna be getting into. So welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the show. So I got a video that I want to play. And this video looks like the guy in this video may be somebody that is has some mental illness or something like that. And he is being the guy in the video with him is instigating, because right behind them there's a man and a woman that's talking, and I guess this mentally ill guy likes this girl, and the guy's just playing. It's all fun and games, but I want y'all to pay attention to something. Pay attention to the rage in this mentally ill guy. And ladies, I want y'all to pay attention to this in particular. Guys gonna know exactly what this is, but I want y'all to pay particular attention to the rage in this guy. And this is probably not his girl. This is probably somebody he likes. But this is the way men can respond to jealousy when it comes to women. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm saying it's something to be aware of and to pay attention to. So let's check this out, y'all.
She moving on, cuz. That shit hurt, cuz. Look, they happy over there and everything, cuz. Damn, man. Look how they smiling, cuz. They smiling, showing all their teeth, cuz. Man, they happy, cuz. You can't mess up that happy family, cuz. Yeah, I know it, cuz.
So now, look, I'm gonna go back a little bit because I just want y'all to see. If you didn't notice the rage in this guy, man, the pain that he's feeling from watching this interaction with this girl, he looks like he will tear a hole in that guy or that girl. And that's one of the things I want to talk about because a lot of times the guy he'll let the woman live. He'll let the woman live and he'll take out an innocent man who don't even have nothing to do with it. And I'm going to say they both innocent, but the man, a lot of times we don't know who you are. We don't know we didn't even know you had anybody. And a lot of times the woman won't tell us that somebody is madly in love and it's crazy. But let's watch this again, y'all.
You can't mess up that happy family, cuz. Yeah, I know it, cuz. It's all right, cuz. Stay strong, cuz. Stay strong, cuz. Don't worry about it, cuz. You gotta move on, man. We gotta move on, cuz. We gotta move on, cuz.
So he says, stay strong, cuz. Stay strong, cuz. Listen, that's the name, that's the title of this show, man. It's Stay Strong, cuz. Stay strong, cuz. And that goes out to all of us, man. We gotta stay strong in these relationships, man. We're going into the holiday. It's a lot of emotion going, and some of us are going into relationships. Some of us are coming out of relationships. And as we go into these holidays and we breaking up and stuff like that, you know, I feel for all of us that's dealing with stuff like that. But we gotta stay strong, cuz we gotta stay strong. And I did a video a while back where I talked about how I would suggest that you deal with ending a relationship. One of the points that I made was cut off all connection to that person. I'm talking about go through all your social media immediately before the regret and all that come in. Cut them off. Act as if they never existed. You have to do that as a man. I can't speak for how a woman is supposed to go through a breakup, but for men first, because I'm a man. Cut off all contact. You don't want to see her. Anybody that's really close to her, make sure if you know them, if they're a mutual friend, but they're closer to you on your side of the family or something, let them know you don't want to see them right now. You can't see them. Do whatever you can to not show them. If they show them out partying with them, you have to cut them off too. You got to. Because it's a process. And the last thing you need to see is a false alarm. Because what'll happen is, and I'm speaking for myself, I had a situation where I was online and I saw my ex, and she was in a picture with a guy who she actually wasn't dating, but a mutual friend knew was trying to be. She wasn't trying to be funny, but she was trying to hook us up, and they knew hook us back up, and they knew that that would not I ain't gonna say trigger me, but they knew that that would get me to get back in the fold or at least reach out, and it worked. I couldn't stop thinking about it after the end because I saw her in the picture with another man. So, and I made that mistake, that premature mistake of trying to reach back out because of that. And I'm telling you, cut it all off, even if you got to get off social media. That's the first step. And then second, I can't remember in which order that I put these in, but fill that void with something, because life abhors a vacuum, and if you don't put something in the space of something that kept you busy, you tend to put something bad there. So put something positive in that space. If you have other friends that you could hang out with and fill that time with, do that. But especially if it's somebody you really need to move on from. Because, we can spend 5-10 years, unfortunately, getting out of a situation with somebody. So stay strong, cuz. Stay strong. I'm going to show, this is I pulled up articles because over the past 6 months to a year, I've just been, it's really been on my heart when it comes to this domestic violence. I've been feeling really bad for women. I got a daughter, I got sisters, and I've been seeing remnants of things that could go bad. I remember having to avenge my daughter. She was in a relationship with an older guy. He was about 20 something years older. And if she hadn't had a male figure, because he had her spooked. He had my baby spooked. And if she hadn't had a male figure in her life to avenge her, and which that could sometimes go bad too. You could send your brother, your father, and your father brother end up getting killed. But most of the time, you just need a male figure there that can stand in the gap, so that this guy, this bully, at least knows that it's not going to be that easy to just intimidate you. So, but if my daughter didn't have a male figure in her life, it could have been bad. And I feel for you, ladies. I feel for y'all. I'm looking at some of these guys, and see, sometimes us as men, we hang out with guys, but we don't know how they act when it comes to dealing with a woman. We think they're normal like we are when it comes to their relationships, but these dudes are crazy when it comes to their heart and their feelings. They'll be what you consider a normal dude. And some of you guys, y'all chime in. Y'all know some dudes that you be looking at a little questionable, like, bruh, what's up with you, man? What's up with you, man? Why you on that girl like that? Cause you, but we try not to get into it because that's your guy. But I had a friend I grew up with. He ended up unaliving a lady that tried to leave him. And, roughed the dude up and all that, And this was somebody that I looked at as my brother, But that was unacceptable. And we got to start calling these guys out that's on that tip, man. Because we got sisters, we got mothers, we got aunts, we got friends. And it's guys out there, man, that'll really lean on these women and try to intimidate them. And we got to oust them out of the community, bro. We got to oust them out. And this is not just to talk about men. There in some of these cases that I pull up that I'm gonna show y'all in a second, some of these people are freaking women who can they estranged husband and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go through some of these, man, but it's a sad time for us out here, man. And I'm thinking it's social media. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT what is responsible for this rise in domestic violence, bro. Like, what is going on with us? Why can't we stand to let our ex or somebody that? Why can't we let them walk free? We doing unalive suicides. We just going out crazy. So let's look at some of this stuff, man. Let's look at some of this. Let's look at this. Let's look at this, y'all. Now, this was a couple days ago that I saw this. No. This was in Detroit. Y'all remember this? This man, he was accused of shooting his ex-wife while she was working at Henry Ford. He walked in Henry Ford. This is somebody from Detroit. Um, he's moving closer to trial. 3 hours of testimony Thursday. Read the full story. I don't remember his name. I don't remember her name, but rest in peace to the lady. He came in there and he shot his ex-wife. Just fooling, man. Just straight fooling. Now he's sitting there looking stupid. And I don't know. And I'm trying to see how we could, how can we get out in front of this stuff like this? How can we, I understand that humanity is really losing its grip, but how can we get out in front of this? One thing we can do is talk to the women. If you see, I didn't get to do my full list, but one of them was pay attention to the red flags. Pay attention to the red flags. When a man is a little too aggressively jealous when it comes to you. If he pulling down on you at different places, if you on some bull and you are, you cheating on him, that's wrong, but you still shouldn't act. He should leave you. But when it comes down to him stalking and hiding out and God forbid putting his hands on you, you have to cut that off. And you want to cut it off before the love get too strong. And sometimes you really gotta reach out to some people and say, look, I'm gonna relocate. You gotta set up a plan, a contingency plan. Because most of these women that's crying out, they end up going back to the person, which is terrible. Because I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you call one of my family members, females, they reach out to me, I'm gonna take you serious the first time. Because I don't want to not take you serious and then something happen. But if you reach out to me and then you end up going back to him after I take provisions or I say something to him or you go back to him, you can't put me in the middle of that if you're not serious. So make sure you're serious. Don't put your husband, your brother, father, cousins in a situation where you got a propensity to go back. In that case, just stay there and risk it, But don't be calling us. Because I ain't dying because I'm willing to stand up for my family and my loved ones. But I'm not gonna play that game. Because once you tell me he did something to you, I'm looking at him as an op from that point on. You don't look at him as an op no more if you go back. And then you want me to be around him. I'm not doing that. He's an op forever to me. I don't care if you end up marrying him because it's just a matter of time, especially if he put his hands on you. I can't go back and forth with you. You go back and forth. And my family know that. I hope y'all know that. But moving forward, it's a lot of these, y'all. It's a lot of these. This was a man arrested and charged with murder and the fatal stabbing of a woman in Harlem. So I think this was a random attack. This wasn't domestic. This was just a crazed, mentally ill man in the middle of Harlem who stabbed this lady. Rest her soul as well. But it's many more, man. It's many more. I'm gonna go. Let me see. Yeah, because I got. I'm gonna take this one off the stage. But how y'all doing, man? Other than that, I know this is a same one of the shows we wanted to get into during the holiday, but I noticed that this is when it's more apt to happen when we get closer to the holidays. People more emotional and stuff, you know. Um, yeah, it's crazy, y'all. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab a couple more just so y'all can see, man, that it is we wilding. We wilding, kid. So this is a 15-year-old boy who killed his girlfriend's mom and sisters and brothers after a breakup. I don't know where that was at, but like, what is happening to us? You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody put in the comments. Somebody put in the comments. What do you think? You know, I wanted to do this show live so I can get some feedback. And if it's enough interest around this subject, I'll do it again and I'll go live. But what is going on? What is going on? What is the prognosis? How did we get here? How did we get here? Let's look at this. They said the warning signs were there before Makia was forced into the woods that day. How many times did she cry for help before her tears became reality? And how do we protect survivors when leaving is often the most dangerous moment of it all? Micaiah deserves safety, freedom, and a life defined by hope, not fear. Her daughter deserved to grow up with her mother by her side. Yeah, and this is what we're dealing with. It's a guy I worked with. It's a guy I work with. Um, his daughter's boyfriend, both his mother and his stepfather. I don't. I'm not sure if he daughter, but you never think nobody gonna go that far with it, man. But in this day and time, y'all don't take no chances. Don't take no chances. Get on the side that you're going to be on, and as a family, y'all got to stick together and protect each other, and don't let the devil win in this situation. It's no game, man. It's no game. I'm crying and inside for y'all women and these crazy dudes. I gotta start saying unalive too for my videos get demonetized or whatever. But yeah, so I'm gonna pull up a couple more. Pull up a couple more of these sad stories. I just want y'all to know people are out there fooling y'all. People are out there fooling. What's this here? What's this here? Okay, this guy. So this is a former Memphis police officer. He was sentenced to 18 years for kidnapping and murdering his ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend. See, this is what I'm talking about. For unaliving his ex-girl's new boyfriend. Now, what do I got to do with you, bruh? You're gonna take my life. Now you can't have her and I can't have her. Now another guy got her. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable, kid. You know, it's crazy. I met a female I moved out of state about a year ago, and I met a new female, and she said that the only reason she lived here because she fled another state after her mother was killed by her ex-husband. She's been here about 10 years. She said that, y'all don't know her, so I can talk a little bit about her situation. It's just sad. Her mother's new husband had some mental illness. They never knew about it. He was tripping out. The mother said she was going to leave him, threatened to leave. And then finally he went into a mental institution where they kept him for evaluation. He kind of agreed to go. When he got back, she had moved all the stuff. Oh, wow. So that triggered him. So what did he do when he opened that door and she was gone? He went up to her job and unalived her at the job. Now check this out, y'all. Check this out. 82-year-old female charged with unaliving her ex-boyfriend. So my point is, it's not just men doing it. It's not just men doing it. But a lot of times, a man can defend himself a little bit better. A man can defend himself a little bit better. Y'all hear that train? So don't be a victim, ladies, gentlemen. Stay strong, cuz, go get counseling if it's somebody you can't stop thinking about. If you know it's one of them situations where you just can't stop thinking about them, go get you some counseling. This lady, I saw this on TV. Community shows support for Atlanta mother who recovers from being shot 10 times by her ex. So he tried to take her out. I saw the video, and she was a really good looking woman. And I understand his mindset. You messed up though, or she just didn't want to be with you no more. He didn't want to see nobody else with her. Well, somebody was with her before you got her, bro. And somebody gonna be with her now, shot up and all. Somebody's gonna be with her. She's beautiful. And as a man, bro, you better go and do some push-ups or something, because now hopefully you got enough time to think about it and a whole bunch of other stuff. But this is the stuff that we that's going on. If you have daughters, be proactive with them, y'all. Be proactive. Try to help them through this. If they come to you about it, you got to come up with a strategy. You got to come up with a strategy. Don't play with it. Don't take it lightly. Because these people crazy. These people are crazy. Let's do a couple. I'm going to show you a couple more so y'all just know that these are all that's been happening lately. What's going on here? Okay, there's another woman. Unaliving two of her ex-husbands in separate pows on the same day. We are tripping. It's a mental, it is a mental illness crisis. She gonna do everybody. I mean, a lot of it is alcohol and drugs. Alcohol, drugs, mental illness, and our emotions. It's a cocktail for disaster. So we got a couple women. We got a couple women that off some dudes. Rest their soul, man. These are real people. You know, we talk about it, we hear it, but these are real lives gone forever. Too soon. Yeah, so it's going on, man. A woman flew across the country and unalived her ex's new girlfriend after she learned the woman blocked her on social media. That's what I tell y'all. It's bad. It's bad. Okay, so these are the ones. These were just women. Just so we didn't get it twisted and think that it was just male toxicity. What do they call it? Toxic masculinity. But this woman allegedly called 911 after slitting her boyfriend's throat on Thanksgiving. Then told the operator today is her Independence Day. Yeah, it's going down, y'all. It's going down. What do y'all think about this? What do y'all think about this? It's an epidemic though. You know, I'm kind of talking about it in passing, but this is a real epidemic. That's about 10 that I just pulled up there. And it's many, many more. It's many, many more. Pontiac couple found unalived in apparent Musu. 5 kids left behind. That was probably the guy. Hey man, I really don't know. What y'all think about it? Do y'all feel like it's epidemic like I do? I promised a few different people that I would discuss this too. If you somebody that's going through something like this right now, I feel for you. This is another wife arrested after pow and her husband over cheating, which, you know, cheating is definitely wrong. It's definitely wrong. And it's all kind of consequences that can come from it. But unaliving is not the answer. A man convicted of unaliving his estranged wife, burying her body, then exhuming her the next day to assault her corpse before, oh God. Yeah. Yep. It's uncalled for. So I wanted to come and do this show because I'm gonna be doing shows like this. I'm gonna do a lot of them. I'm gonna do live because I do want some feedback from other people. I know, and it's some people going through people cheating on them. So I'm gonna do it where you can just call in. We ain't got to show no faces. But I want to know: have you been the victim of this? What did you do about it? You know, would you, if it happened again, how would you, do you feel like you would respond? You know, trying to understand the mindset. But I wanted to do this show because of that, because on pattern disruption moving forward, I'm gonna get my feet on the ground and I'm going to do some of God's work for real. And one of those things is trying to figure out how we can save some lives, get some people some money, and educate the new generation, next generation. So I appreciate y'all being here watching this show. I think I gave the list. If you're going through this, few of the things that I think you should do: cut off all contact, come up with a contingency plan. I mean, and when I say contingency plan, that's to put something in the space that you don't have filled anymore because that person is gone. Get some therapy. If you got somebody else that you can see that can fill that time, go hang out with them. It don't have to be a sexual relationship, but you got to fill that time and let them know what you're dealing with. Don't let them be blind when they're hanging out with you. You know, and they don't know, and then y'all get ambushed with this crazy ex, and now they caught off guard. But get them a choice, to decision to make, you know. And I guess last but not least, watch the red flags. You know, if somebody is estranged and they want to get aggressive with you, grab your hand too hard, shake you too hard, touch you in any kind of way physically because of their anger, that's a red flag. A real man, if he's angry with you because you're frustrating, and I've been frustrated by many women in my day, and I've never hit a woman. But see, I set my life up to where my presence is the gift. I take my presence away from you. I don't have to be aggressive with you. I just disappear. And that should teach you a lesson. That's just me. That's how I operate. That's how I feel like a real man would do that, especially if the woman is wrong. She's trying to manipulate. She's trying to push your buttons and trigger you. And as a man, she's testing your manhood. She ain't hit you, but she done said all the things she knows. Like if you don't like being called a B, and she's calling you a B. Out of freaking just over the line. She's over the line. If she's calling you the G word, and you know you're a straight male, she's over the line. You can't, as a man, you can't beat her with the physical stuff. You got to beat her strategically and leave. And you don't even have to let her know you won't be back. But just make sure that your next step is to get away from her. And ladies, if you got one of those men who is threatening your family, or you know, he know you got your daddy, so he gonna hit you with, and you say something to your dad if you want to, this and that. Once they start doing that, you already know. Even if they're joking, even if they consider it soft and you know it, sometimes the soft dude is the one that'll go off because he don't have nowhere to go. He can't really do nothing with his hands. All he can do is go get violent with a weapon. So as soon as they say that, put them in a category that it's just a matter of time before I'm gone. But when you say something, you got to do it. I know you be missing them, ladies. Y'all got big hearts. You know, you got to cut that dude off. Cut them off. So I just want to tell y'all, ladies, fellas, it's an epidemic going on out here. I just pulled up a few, and these are ones that I see in my phone, and I just, I screenshot them so because I knew this show was coming. I'm gonna do it live. If y'all like what y'all hear, y'all want to talk more about it, y'all feel like y'all got some better, more answers or different perspective on it, please help me because, I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. I got sisters, I got my loved ones, I got females all around the country. And I feel sorry for one of them that's dealing with a man that they can't say nothing about it. Some women have been so quiet because they didn't want to bring nobody into it because they knew it would turn into a war. I want to say shout out to y'all, but if you know you're going to be with them, you did the right thing. You took your lumps. But when you're ready to leave, make sure you talk to a real man in your life. Let them know you ready to leave. You don't want no a retaliation. You just want to leave. And if you got a real man in your life, y'all can set up some avenues for that to work. That might be having a talk with him. That might be doing a little more to him. I ain't about violence and none of that. But I'm just saying it may be more than just talking. It may be one of those things where you got to file charges. You got to get a PPO. So then you got a paper trail. So if somebody does have to do something to them, you got a better chance. All right, y'all. We're going into 2026. I want everybody to be blessed. Be cool. Take care. And first and foremost, keep disrupting.